Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Wanted to share this model with you. This is a friend of mine actually bought this gave it to me for Christmas. It's Moebius 1971 Ford F100, and I actually have a 1971 F100 long wheelbase exactly like this. What I'm doing with this model is I'm going to try and replicate my truck, which I'll show you a picture of, and try to make it look just like it. So this kit I'll be going as I've already started this kit. I'm already trying to get it painted somewhat close to my truck, but I want to replicate it and do some weathering. Weathering a kit is a lot of fun to me. I have one here I'll show you that I've already done before. This kit was a 1953 Ford. So weathering is you layer the paint. So when you take I think I used 1,000 grit. Your first coat is going to be your rust color. So you're going to put down your rust color, and then you're going to paint it with whatever color the paint job may have been. And once you sand that layer off, it gives the appearance of the first layer, the blue here. It gives the appearance that the paint has worn off and there's rust. So it's just a weathering technique. It's a lot of fun. One reason it's a lot of fun because you don't have to make the truck or the car look perfect. You can make it, it's a lot of fun because you can make it look old and weather it up, dust it up. The back of the truck on this particular one is really just dirty. It's nasty. There's the spare tire. But on the Ford, my Ford, this is as close to the green color as I could get. I mixed a few colors. Wanted it to be flat because the color of my truck is just completely, the paint is shot in so many rust places and primer shots and stuff. So what we'll do is we'll go through and on the areas where there'll be the rust would show through, I'll just go through here and lightly sand, because under this green I have already sprayed a red primer, pretty close to rust, I guess as you could get. The back of this truck is going to be black, so I didn't paint the entire back of it black. And as I said, I've already started this kit, so I've missed a few things to show you. What I like to do with my kits is like the chassis, rather than painting all the parts individually, like your axle, your leaf springs, all of your parts. I'll go ahead and pre-assemble these, and then I'll spray them with this one, because I'm doing a weathering. I sprayed it with a flat black, and I've gone over it with a dry brush with a rust color, and also a little bit of a silver, just to give it a worn out look. Turns out pretty good, actually, to make it look old. And the bottom of the truck is usually, people don't pick your models up very often and look at them unless you're at a show or something. So the chassis is not as important as the body. But to give it a nice weathering look, I just took and dry brushed some rust color, some silver color. Already had the exhaust laid in. I'll go back and try to accent the exhaust a little to give it more of a rusted color, because we know that our exhaust pipe, it rusts out quicker than the rest of the truck. Also on the engine, which I haven't weathered the engine yet, I just gave it a normal paint job, and I'll go ahead and assemble the whole thing, and then after that I'll come in and weather it with rust and some of the panel line accent color, just anything to give the appearance of shadows and grime and grease. And I added these spark plug wires. I like to do spark plug wires, but I was trying something new. I don't know if they're going to work or not. It's this, I bought it from Hobby Lobby. It's a Stretch Magic. It's just a rubber. It's a small, tiny little rubber string, and I thought, well, that would look good, black, you know. But what's happening, I've noticed, is because it's not wire, I'm going to have a tough time getting these to lay down and look real, because the appearance of your wires having sags and bends is very important for realistic, you know, to make it look realistic. And this, I think I'm probably going to have to take the distributor back off and try to probably put the wire. I have the, you know, the little yellow, red, black wires, and I just wanted to try this rubber stuff, and I don't think it's going to work. I've already drilled my cylinder heads, if you can see. I don't know if you can or not. I've already drilled where the spark plug holes are. I take my little pin vise and drill those out, as well as, that's how I did my distributor. I chop off the little knobs that the plug wires would appear they would hook to, and I just drill 8 holes and glue those in there. But I'll weather this up, get it mounted in the interior as well. I'm going to try and get it to look somewhat like my truck. My truck's got a seat cover, so it doesn't have like the original seat showing, but I'll try to weather it up to make it look as close as possible. And again, paint the bed black, like my truck has the old bed liner in it, and I'll do that. Sand it up, rust it up, put the primer spots. I just want to make this truck look like mine. I think that's neat that I could actually find a model that is the same year of my truck. And this is the first Moebius kit I've ever built, and it seems to be very, very detailed. A lot of your kits lack detail. This one is super detailed. It's got quite a few parts, and we'll just see as it goes through how it turns out. All right, so I'm gonna try to do a little bit of weathering on this on my model. I've got, let's see, 1000 wet sandpaper folded in half and a bucket of water. You can't sand too much. Once you start seeing where it's rusty, you'd better stop sanding in that area, because what you'll do is you'll go on through the primer as well. But with wet, with water, it's gonna help to not eat it up quite as bad. So just dip the body and get it wet, and then so wherever you want it to, let's see how this works. Yeah, this may need 1500 grit, because when you start going at it, it will, on the corners especially, oh boy, it will go right through. So let me see if I can find some 1500 in. Okay, so I found a piece of 1500 wet dry sandpaper. See how this works. If it's, I don't know if you can see, but already on the corner, you probably can't see, but on the corner I've already gone through, just by those few little sanding that little bit, it's already gone through the primer and into the red. That's okay, because I have a weathering kit that it has like a makeup brush, and you can take those places where you've gone all the way through to the white, and you can put that rust color on there. So I'll do that, and I'll show you guys how that works. But man, do you have to be super careful around the corners. So let me see if I can get down through. This 15 is not cutting as good as I wish it would. Okay, I'm starting to see some rust come through. You don't want it to look like you've sanded it. You want it to look natural, but that's not the easiest thing. The corners are the worst. They go so quick. So here we go. I'm starting to get a little rust showing through on the top, which, you know, your leading edges are going to be the usually the places where the paint will wear out the fastest. Let me try the 1000 again, just since I'm not on a corner. Okay, starting to see a little, I'm sorry you can't even see where I'm at with the camera. Starting to see some rust start to show through. And again, we'll doctor that up with the kit. Oh yeah. Okay, so back with 1000. It's actually working better than I thought. Real lightly. I'm not pressing hard. Don't want to cut through the red rust color. Starting to look good. Starting to get some rust showing through. And you know, you don't want it, rust is never just uniform. It's never the same on both sides. So just being real careful to not make it look intentional is important. So see if I can get a little. And the lighting in here is terrible. I apologize for that. I need some brighter light so you can start seeing the color better. All right, so I got a little showing on the roof there. It looks good. On the doors, where your arm, especially on my truck, where whoever owned it before, I've only had it 4 years, and whoever had it all that time before, their arm, because the truck does have air conditioning, but their arm would be hanging out, I guess, when the air conditioning was off, and it just wears the paint out. So to replicate that really gives it that realism if you can get that to show. And that is super easy, because these are edges, which make it a little more difficult to make it look real. But go back to the 1500. So try and get that rust to show through where the old fella's arm was hanging out on the farm. It was a hot day. That's what we want it to look like. We want to see that realism in those places. So, all right, I'm going to fast forward. I'll come back and show you some more of the finished product. Okay, so I've got at least started on it. The weathering. Got the hood. I got a little far on the hood. Hood got a little deep, but I can correct that with the, and I'll show you in this video how to correct that if you get down to the paint. I just went ahead and said to heck with it. I just went ahead and got it out. You know, the body, the roof, so I just, you just want it to look somewhat natural. And when you blend it with the kit, let me find that kit. Where is it? I have it. I can show you what it looks like. Here it is. It's a kit. Looks like a makeup. Let's see. Tamiya. Do this one-handed. It comes with just I'll go ahead and show you. So it comes with this little applicator. You take that. It's just like a makeup brush. Don't let your daughters get it. They'll put on rust-colored makeup. All right, so then you just take that and you go over it and you blend it. And well, you can't see, believe it or not, it will blend in real well. And I'll show you more about that. But what I noticed about this this kit is the hood is not fitting right. It's warped. So I'm like, what in the world? So I'm going to heat the hood, and I'm going to see if I can get it straightened up. All right, so I've got a heat gun. Oh boy, I've never had to do this, but I'm going to attempt to heat this very slightly to try and get it to straighten up. I'm not sure what heat's going to do to my paint, but let's give it a shot. I'm going to have it on the low setting, low and high, so I'll have it on low. I want to get melted. That's my fear. I'll melt the whole thing. Look at that. Still a little bit on one side. It's still up. over here. Actually, I mashed it too far in the center. It's a beat up truck. Maybe the hood flew up on it one time as it was going down the road. Let me try once again with the heat and see what I can do. Okay, so I heated it again, and believe it or not, that looks pretty good. I don't know why the hood was warped. Not sure. All right, good deal. All right, we'll continue on. All right, well, I've got the body somewhat weathered. How do you like those plug wires sticking straight? It was like an explosion happened rather than the distributor cap wires. It's like maybe some sort of fountain, oil. That's what it looks like. It looks like some sort of oil line ruptured, and the oil's just spraying out everywhere. It looks terrible. Well, anyway, I'll fix that. But I'll wrap this video up. Come back next. Hopefully, get to work on the interior. Get it detailed. It comes with some pretty decent decals. So we get those. Got some other parts here on the tree still, the radiators and all these things. So I'll get back with another video, and hopefully it will be close to being wrapped up. Also want to go over how, I mean, be honest, this doesn't look real. This looks like a $3 toy from Walmart. The chrome, and it's not to say Moebius has bad chrome. It's no worse than any others. Honestly, any model chrome. I mean, for heaven's sake, if you look at this box art, let me show you. This box art's got these guys, they have professionals put these together. Look at the chrome. It just looks, the windshield wipers, they're completely chrome. I know it's not focusing as good as I would like it to, but they're completely chrome. It looks terrible. And again, it's nothing to say Moebius is doing anything wrong, or Revell, or any of the other guys. It's just you have to do something with the chrome to make it look realistic. So what I do is I take and spray the chrome with it's a chrome. Let me grab a can. This, so metallic finish Rust-Oleum, and it gives a good realistic chrome finish. I've got, let me show you my Ghostbusters caddy. Put it down here. Okay, so if you'll look at the chrome here and look at this, I wish it was focused better. You can see a difference. It's not as shiny. It's more toned down. Even the wheels. That's with that paint. This Rust-Oleum metallic finish. It's like a chrome paint, but you never can get like a true chrome out of a spray can. But you do get a more realistic. Oh, I wish this would. Oh boy, can't see it at all. Okay, there we go. It makes the chrome look a little bit more realistic. So anyway, all right guys, I'll wrap this video up. Maybe by the next one I'll have some interior in it. Take the oil fountain out of it and actually put plug wires and weather the engine and so on and so forth. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. See ya.